Like this?
Yeah. A bit higher.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Soul family. So nice to be connecting with you all today. How is everybody doing? Who is here? Let's see. First of all, we have Sistara, Liara, Colleen. Sistara, hey. It's so nice to connect with you guys. Do you guys feel the peace that we're basking in? Can you guys feel it from our screen? There's pin drop silence, and this is usually how we like to keep our pin drop silence. It literally feels like it's one of those nights where we've just finished a really productive day at work. We have never been busier, but busy in a really it's like it feels like we're on a high, at a sober high all the time. We feel like so fulfilled from the work we're doing. We're fully aligned to our soul's path. We're living the life of our dreams. And it literally feels like that moment in life where everything has clicked, and it's not like the work is being done for you, but you're in like the driver's seat of your spaceship for the very first time. Your quantum gifts are activating, your multidimensional gifts are activating. You've cracked the code of abundance, you've cracked the code of love, you've cracked the code of all of your discipline, your food, your diet, your working out, you've cracked the code of, and all of a sudden it feels like, wow, for the first time on life, this spaceship has gotten smooth and exciting, and you're in control, and it just feels like a really good space to be in.
Yeah, and we have a lot of interesting projects going on right now. Our office is thriving. It's just like everyone's on adrenaline. It seems like we can't get enough of this.
I would love to know. So nice to see all your hearts. How are you guys doing? Our intention today is to connect with you all. It's been so long where we just sat. By the way, I want to show you this tea I'm drinking. It's a rose tea. It actually has rose petals. It's from Istanbul. So good. So we have our teas. We have our new candle. So our intention is to just chill with you guys and share a story about Starseeds and tell you why that question even came up, and connect with any of you who are new to the vortex. Merlin's here. My goodness, what are you doing? It's late in Poland. Well, hello, soul family. So nice. Thank you for joining us here today.
The topic we chose about starseeds, it was inspired by an incident. When we were in Egypt, we spoke with this young guy, and he was expressing a lot of interest in like the things we teach and all about the Merkaba, and he was asking us questions about that. And we just spoke to him once in the whole trip, and during our visit to the Giza pyramid, we happened to come face to face when we were going down from the king's chamber and going into the queen's chamber. We came face to face with him. And in that moment, we both had this, like, we were so connected to our guides that we were just channeling it the whole time we were in the pyramid. And we, when we spoke to him, we said, you know, you're a starseed. You know that you're here for a very special mission, and you are not like other people. You're very gifted, you're very talented, and you have a special purpose on earth. And he looked at us with awe and wonder, as if every word we're uttering is activating his DNA. And he said, what is a starseed? And this was a young, like 20, 21-year-old guy. He's got a very innocent baby-like demeanor and very like a clean, pure soul. And when we see such people, we see starseed. And many people who are starseeds, our intention for making this video is for many people who are starseeds, but they don't even know they're starseeds. And we're going to answer, what is a starseed, and how do you differentiate whether you're a starseed or a human with earth experience, and so on.
So how many of you wonder, like there's these words like light worker and starseed and crystal child and rainbow child, all of these words get thrown around a lot. But how many of you, I'm curious, comment and let me know, how many of you identify as a starseed? Let me know if you guys identify as a light worker or you identify as a starseed, or both. Let me know, looking at the comments. Because a lot of people who wait for you guys to comment, all of the above. Light worker, okay? Both, perfect. Both. So it's very interesting, just before we went live, we like to do this little fun game we have. We connect with our guides, we create a sacred temple, and we say, let's just channel some new answers because we know the answers, but we want to hear their answers. And you know what they said to us? It was like we were just having a conversation with them about this concept called Starseeds. And what we were discussing with our guides is that all of humanity, in a way, is a starseed. And bear with me for a moment while I explain this. It literally feels like all of us are here from the stars. We're not from Earth. We're not native to Earth. We all have some kind of a remembrance that no matter how lost we get on Earth, no matter how busy we get, no matter how evil we get, no matter how narcissist we get, no matter what, we have an innate guiding system that eventually is time coded to take us back home. That is the beauty of being on this planet. We're innately designed at some point to ascend and get out of this earthly incarnation and into a higher dimension. And so really a star seed, our understanding of this is anyone who has activated enough of your galactic DNA to identify as a star seed yourself. Anyone who has mastered that, hey, I cannot be drinking Diet Coke and eating French fries and living my life aimlessly and not really not being in my integrity. So anybody who has aligned that there is more to life than what meets the eye, there is more to life than what the government tells us. There's many definitions of starseeds, but this to us is a starseed. This person is not a conformist. He doesn't conform to society's laws. We're rebels. We have this rebellious nature saying, hey, we can't be controlled. We can't be told what to do. We have this. We are often like people like our friends, our family, our biological family can often not relate to us because we're different. Our DNA is different. We have this sense of purity, this sense of compassion, this sense of love, this sense of curiosity that sometimes our family may not have. Like I've always been the one that's too much for my family, too loud, too outspoken, too everything, right? But it's not that we're too much. It's just that we're born into families that have less of a light quotient than us. And we have come as the genetic bearers of this healing frequency that we have to come and heal the genetic lineages that we have been born into. So that's really who a starseed is to me. What is a starseed to you?
Well, I really identify with the term starseed because when I first came to Earth, I see even how I speak, like when I first came to Earth, like does a human talk like that? Anyway, like when I first came to Earth, I felt like this was a very hostile place. And I felt like I thought everybody is going to be like me, that I'm just going to be loving and friendly and everyone's going to be a mirror of that. And in my earliest memories of like childhood, I was like getting bullied by strangers I never met. And I'm like, holy shit, what kind of, am I in jail or something? So Earth really is a hostile place if you're not from here. And that's one of the first striking differences that you experience if you're a starseed. Starseeds are usually not from Earth. I mean, by definition, I shouldn't say usually, by definition, starseeds are not from Earth. Starseeds are souls, advanced souls, who have completed ascension or are living in ascended planet at various degrees of consciousness, but they come to Earth, but they're not native from Earth. So the way I define it is that there's some Earth souls, and then there's non-native souls that are just incarnating now. Since 1987, a lot of non-Earth native souls have started incarnating, and these are starseeds. And what that really means to be a starseed to me is that you are new to Earth. You may have completed a few lifetimes here, and mostly starseeds come to Earth not to live here for like hundreds of lifetimes, but only to get enough experience on Earth so that they can come here, complete their mission, and then go home.
And let's pause and talk about the mission. Let's talk about the starseed mission. And every one of you knows you're here on some kind of a mission. This word gets thrown around like, what is your soul mission? What is your divine mission? So let's talk about that for a bit. Starseeds come to Earth with a high propensity to remember that they are not of Earth and that they are ascending out of this earthly incarnation by healing their DNA and activating their junk DNA and literally healing themselves from A to Z. So the starseeds come with this innate knowing. A lot of people who've spent a lot, many people who've spent like a lot of lifetimes on Earth, they get so involved in the karma of Earth that they literally forget who they are and where they're coming from. So let's talk about, give me 1 second, guys. So let's talk about soul mission for a second. Every single one of you knows that you are here to do something big. You are here to be part of something. You're here as a part of a movement. You're here at a time when a massive age, like the old age is ending and a new age is beginning. Every one of you knows this. You have this in your DNA. Aligning to your soul's path, many of you may have misunderstood what it means. So let's talk about it. Aligning to your soul's path is what you are doing right now by even tuning into videos like this, where you're taking time out to understand the bigger picture. What is the cosmos? What does it mean that the cosmos exists within me? What does it mean that I'm a light worker? What am I here to do? Oh my God, I am here to evolve my soul. I am here to learn as much as there is on planet Earth. And I'm here to leave with all of this wisdom in my bag. Now, there is a major contract that is activating for many of you. Right now, this is very clearly coming in as channeled guidance for the last several months. You guys, many of you know this already. This is a time of massive activation. There is something major activating within us. And we have been pre-coded to activate at this point. We've been pre-coded. And this is what the guides are saying to us. This activation, they called it divine destiny. So they said there's a conflict going on in your lives right now. One part of you has this free will wanting to express yourself. And the other part of you has this conflicting energy where you're saying, okay, this is free will. And the other part is
divine destiny.
Divine destiny. So your divine destiny is to ascend, but the conflict is the ego mind. So all starseeds on the planet right now are being reminded that you are here on a very grand mission. And remembering is the first part of the mission. Remembering who you are, activating to your soul's path, starting to activate your DNA, starting to activate all the things you've forgotten.
Yeah. So what you mentioned just now about activating your soul's path, that is very interesting, because when we get questions from our audience, usually the main top question is, how do we align to our soul's path, or how do we even know what our soul's path is? And for Starseeds, there's a larger mission that we all have in common. And that mission, that purpose is to help humanity ascend. We come here to help establish peace, sovereignty, freedom for humanity by being living examples of that. And what I mean by that is that Starseeds have a repulsion to being controlled or dominated or being cheated or lied to. So it's in our DNA that we are averse to any matrix or control system. So the first things Starseeds experience is Starseeds all come here with a contract. It's called the Starseed contract. And what it really means is that you come here with the mission to first entangled in this matrix, like get really deep into the matrix by maybe having a shattering experience, maybe having an abusive experience early in your childhood, or having some other difficult life circumstances. Maybe you were neglected by your parents. So Starseeds come with a contract that entails a lot of emotional pain to trigger growth and healing. And through that healing and growth that they experience, that's how they activate their Starseed template.
Yes.
It's like in the Starseed's DNA, all of these things are pre-coded. Your soul already programs into your incarnation that you are going to go through a tough, difficult situation. Maybe you face bankruptcy, maybe you have a disease, maybe you lose a loved one, or some difficult, usually it's like extreme circumstances that Starseeds go through.
It could even be like a very severe addiction. Let's say you have a severe addiction to something. Let's call it porn for the heck of this video. Instead of feeling bad about yourself or guilty about yourself, recognize that porn addiction, for example, is nothing more than you healing your family's lineage. You're literally healing all the distortions in your entire lineage for 7 generations. And that's what a Starseed does. He or she comes in, realizes, oh my God, I have inherited this porn addiction from my father, for example. I have inherited this way of being so stingy from my mother, for example. I have inherited this way of being so timid and passive from my mother and bullying people or allowing my boundaries to be weak from these people, whoever, your friends, and what is your mission? To heal yourself, to get your confidence, to activate your full-blown creator God purpose, and literally show humanity how it's done. And this is what all of us are doing. Every single step you make, every single tear you shed, every single emotional healing, every time you have some inner child healing, every time you connect with your higher self, every time you meditate, every time you say, oh my God, I need to meditate because my energy is not okay, you're going one step further and further and further to healing yourself. And as you heal yourself, you activate more of your starseed DNA. A starseed is just a healed version of your human form. And I'll give you an example. There was a lady who came to our last Croatia festival. And I remember seeing her on the second or the third day. And I remember she had a lot of density in her body. She had a very weighed down persona. There was a lot of stress in her field. There was a lot of pain in her field. And I remember seeing her a few months after the event. When she flew back, I saw her at one of our online events, and her aura seemed lighter. Her aura seemed happier. And that's what happens. She's accessing more and more and more of her healed DNA, which is therefore activating her starseed DNA. So the more we heal, the more we activate our starseed DNA. And right now, only 11% of awakened people can even say, I'm starseed, because not many people have even attuned to that frequency yet.
Yeah. And coming back to the important question of starseeds and their soul's mission. So as I mentioned, every starseed has an overarching soul mission to bring peace and freedom and happiness to planet Earth. However, we have specific kind of like specialties that we bring to the table. So for somebody, it could be your carpenter. For somebody else, could be your neurosurgeon. Like, it doesn't matter what is the gift that you bring to humanity. Your contribution is to explore to the highest extent your highest excitement. And it is to unlock this creative process. Sometimes, in traditional senses, we think, well, maybe what should I be in life? Maybe I should be a doctor. Maybe I should be a scientist or a pilot. But that's not how it is when it comes to your soul's purpose. Your soul's purpose could be something so unique that you had never even imagined it before, or you had never even thought of doing that before. For example, for us, being on YouTube, being public speakers and showing up this way, 5 years ago would have been unfathomable for us because we were not public speakers. So when we got this guidance, the way we got this guidance is literally we cleared our life first. We literally I quit my job. She sold her $1 million business. And we literally said, universe, we are ready. We are answering the call. And we didn't wait for another offer to land in our lap before we made this decision. It was like literally in that moment in our life, we just knew that we do not want to live in the matrix and we want to make the jump. And we literally took this jump into the deep abyss. And from there, the universe answered our call. So the point of the story is that when you dive into the unknown, the universe will then trigger an activation within your DNA.
Yes.
And that activation will show you the one step after the other and unlock this secret path that is built into your DNA. And only you can unlock that for yourself by choosing your intention to align with your soul's path. And eventually it feels like you arrive in this place in life where you are following all of your passions, all of your dreams, all of your desires, and unlocking and tapping into all of the gifts and abilities. And it feels like the whole tapestry of your life is coming together for that moment, for that thing that you're here to do. And it's magical.
So what are some of the biggest questions we have? This is not going to be a long video. We'll probably wrap up in about 10-15 minutes. Do you guys have any questions? What are some other burning questions they may have about Starseeds? Or is that it? Do you guys have any questions?
This also reminds me that for people who are waiting to unlock their soul's purpose, one of the biggest traits of Starseeds is that they are very passionate about activating their ascension template. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Let's talk about the attributes of a starseed. I want to get into this. So let's talk about the attributes of the starseed. A starseed, this is actually where it gets interesting, because most people think, a lot of people have this misconception that starseeds are these people who have these angelic looking faces and blue eyes and golden hair, and they have this Jesus, you know how modern day depicts Jesus, which is nothing like what Jesus looked. So they have this image of what starseeds should look like. A starseed is someone who is intelligent. A starseed, this is my definition, and I'm going to tie it all together by telling you how. So a starseed is someone who is committed to the path of ascension. A starseed is someone who has activated to this knowingness that there is more than life than meets the eye. A starseed is someone who has innate leadership skills, communication skills, this superior DNA that has been activated enough that you can look at this person and say, okay, they're doing something right. But that doesn't mean, many starseeds right now are struggling with low self-esteem. Many starseeds are now struggling with, I don't have the power template. They don't have the power template. They're too love and light. So the a lot of starseeds who are on planet Earth are innocent, lost. They have compassion. They either don't know how to activate their abundance, or they don't know how to activate their power template, or they don't know how to activate. There's something missing. There's one key missing, but they can get back to attuning to that very quickly. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. And I was saying that we're offering a very powerful workshop exactly to address this. We're offering a workshop on this Saturday, November 11th, called the...
I cannot believe we're almost there, you guys. Thursday, Friday. We meet in 3 days. Like, we're excited as... We're all ready. We're ready. We're fully ready for you. We're so freaking prepared. And the energy of this is feeling huge. You know why? 3 days ago, I asked Siman, what video shall we make when we get back to Tulum? We were in Halbach for my weekend, and Siman, literally, we sent Sistar, our graphic designer, a message saying, make the title called What is a Starseed? And that was so random. We're thinking, why are we getting what is a starseed? This was not from our head, it was channeled. We forgot about that. We said, Sistara, we don't have time to make a video on Monday. We'll think about it, because we were supposed to make it Monday. We came back today, we completely forgot about that. And we said to the guides, okay, guys, what should we talk about today? We feel like we need to connect with our audience. Super quick, it'll be a very casual event. And they said, what is a starseed? And we didn't know that 3-4 days ago, we asked for the same title. So when I looked at the titles, I'm like, look at what our thumbnail is ready. Our thumbnail is literally ready. So the reason I feel like they're asking us to remind people that this is a very simple, casual video is I literally feel like many of you need to hear this. We are pre-coded for all starseeds, okay? All of us, all light workers, all of humanity. At some point in their evolution, we are pre-coded for a massive activation or a series of activations that will literally change the course of our life. Siman and I are the walking, talking examples of these activations. What they said to us recently was that there is a soul contract for a master they called it the Ascended Mastery Path Activation Ready for Humanity. A lot of you are currently receiving these initiations because you're on your soul's path. You're ready to do the work. You're showing up and you're not getting lost in the matrix. You're saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Just like they tell me to go to Sunday church, which I don't resonate with. This is my Sunday church. What is my Sunday church? Evolving into God, getting out of this matrix, getting out of the pain. So many people are figuring this out, and these are the pioneers and the front runners who are now receiving their Ascended Mastery Timeline training. Every single one of us has access to it. Siman and I have been in this training for 7 years now. We're training other people like you. Many people are joining our vortex from Instagram. Our Instagram's blowing up. Like literally every 3 days, we have 1,000 new people on Facebook, on Instagram. And all these people are coming in and saying, oh, they're having a mini awakening. Why? This is only going to get more and more. Why? Because there is a soul contract where we're pre-coded that this master template activation takes place. And this is when the guides were talking about there being two opposing forces. One is a force of free will, and the other is a force of divine destiny. So the divine destiny is saying you're on track. You've met these teachers, or you've read this book, and you're on track to ascend. But then the free will kicks in. And this is what the guide said. The free will has a huge significance on your ascension. The free will has a huge influence on your ascension. It's not like your divine destiny is a higher influence. It's actually your free will. So what they're saying is that the free will can literally take over and make it look like ego resistance, severe ego resistance to do anything in the direction of your soul. Does that feel familiar to any of you? I think our dinner is here.
Yeah.
You go pay alta.
Yeah.
So this feels like, does that feel, guys, how many of you? So basically what we're doing this Saturday is we're doing a Ka light circuitry activation, and it feels like this is a major, this is the activation that you look at 3-4 years from now and say, holy shit, that's the event that shifted anything. Why? Because you guys are coded for this activation, okay? This activation will create a domino effect of many more activations, of many more spiritual initiations. The Ka template is not for everyone. It is for those of you who are saying, I'm ready to ascend. I'm ready to go on my soul's path. I am ready to do the work. As soon as you make this decision, these options come together for you and you are the front runners. So when this Ka template gets activated, like I said, it creates a domino effect, and it starts off something called the 13 spiritual initiations. Saman and I have been through all of these initiations. You go through the initiations of discipline. There's a whole list. We're going to get into all of that.
Well, eventually you ascend, so we haven't been through all of them.
Yeah, we haven't ascended yet, but we've been through so many of these initiations, and literally our whole life, like our whole path, our whole vortex, Saman's and mine, is based around our ascension. So we're constantly being given initiations. We're constantly being taught how to master these initiations. And we feel like Ka is going to be a major part of the work we do. We're being told that Ka, like ultimately, what is our goal with this Ka light circuitry, you guys? It is to give you a modality where you can heal yourself, completely remove all the debris, the dark matter, the goo from your spine, from your Ka points, from your meridians, from your cellular memory, and you heal. And what happens when you heal? You start reverse aging. What happens when your spine is cleared of all this black debris? Your higher self can merge with you and access you more. So we're going to be talking about all of this. It's a 5-hour online workshop this Saturday. You guys know where to find it. I highly recommend it for anybody and everybody. This is going to be that event that literally is going to give you those light bulbs that go off in your mind, and you're ready. You go to www.nems.love, NEMS, and that stands for New Earth Mystery School. So nems.love, and you'll see it right on the thing. It's called the Ka Light Circuitry Activation, and the tagline is Activate Your Cosmic Kundalini. We're super excited to see you Saturday, and this event has big energy. We feel like a lot of, and this Saturday is actually not an ordinary date. It's the 11/11. So Saturday the 11th is the 11/11 Pleiadian portal. So it seems like the stars are in favor of you guys receiving this activation, and the fact that we called both of our events the Starseed. What are Starseeds? Something's going on, and it just feels aligned, and we're excited to see you guys. Did you want to add something to that?
No, I think you covered it pretty much.
So this was a super impromptu chit chat, you guys. We just feel like if we don't commit, and this is where you guys, I'm loving that you guys are supporting this. You're helping us stay true to our commitments, because one of the things we recently said was once a week we will try. We had said Mondays, but this Monday we didn't have Wi-Fi. We were on a remote island. We said once a week we'll touch base with you on YouTube. Once a week we'll touch base with you live on Instagram and Facebook. By the way, we are on Instagram as well. It's at Eldora Saman. So this is us staying true to our commitment and saying, you know what, even though it's one of those quiet days, we're gonna show up, and we did. So thank you guys for coming. We love you too, you guys. Thank you for coming and supporting us showing up. And we'll see you Saturday. Do not let anything come in your way. The ego will say 100 things. You don't need it. You're not ready for it. You don't have money for it. What is all this nonsense?
Oh, one thing I wanted to say is about Starseeds who want to find out their soul's mission. Activating your Ka template is a very powerful way to align with your soul's mission, because activating your Ka template, which is what we're doing this Saturday, the workshop she was just talking about, that's how your higher self comes in and starts operating through your body. And it's actually, I'm not even sure if words can describe it, but we've experienced this transition over the past couple of years. Like we've been doing this work for 5 years at least, this Ka work. And it literally feels like over the years, you go through these ego initiations where your ego slowly steps aside and your ego resistance gives way to your higher self operating through you. And your higher self is your God self. So they come with power, they come with magnificence, they come with knowing, they come with clarity. So all of your soul's missions also activate at a much larger level. So if you have a huge soul's mission, activating your Ka light circuitry and working with your higher self in your body, it's a game changer.
We love you guys. So lovely connecting with you all. Bye, Soul Family. We truly, truly love you. I'm just looking at the screen and I'm seeing like a million hearts. That's all I'm seeing. Thank you guys. Bye now. See you Saturday. Love
Bye,
you.
everyone.